All right, guys, quick confession. Over the last couple uploads, we've been getting really deep into the weeds of these advanced strategies of growing a YouTube channel for real estate. But in this video, I want to take a million steps back and literally go over a beginner's guide to YouTube for real estate agents here in 2021. If you're just like, all right, I need some like super beginner stages, I haven't even uploaded the video yet, this is going to be the one for you. So stay tuned. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Aaron here, back once again from the Real Estate Marketing Guys. And as we said in the intro, we're going over the super bare bones, super basic beginner's guide to YouTube for real estate agents here in 2021. So with that all being said, guys, of course, really quick reminder, as always, if you enjoy this kind of content, you want to see some more and get updated every time we go live with a new video, make sure to subscribe, click the notification bell, all the good stuff that the YouTubers usually say. So let's jump into step number one of the 3 or 4 steps that we're going to cover in today's video. All right, so step number one, super basic is, and a lot of people are like, oh, well, I don't care about mindset, or mindset isn't a thing that I'm struggling with. Stop. Trust me, it's something that holds a lot of people back. So really 2 portions of this. Number one is understanding that the competition for YouTube is basically non-existent, right? So I think one of the biggest things that hold people back is the fact that, well, I don't want to start on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube because it's been around for 20 years and not feel like I'm gaining traction. The cool part about YouTube, guys, is the fact that no one is really doing it in the correct way. Obviously, if you're a part of this channel, you've watched all of our videos, we teach a very specific way to make sure that you're not only creating the right types of videos, but optimizing them in the correct way as possible. So really, and we've done the research, we do this for a lot of our current clients, and there virtually is no competition in pretty much all these markets. So throw competition out the window. And the second part of this mentality mindset shift that we want to make when we start creating videos on YouTube is understanding that it is a little bit more of a long-term game. Now, I made a full-on video of like the 5 mistakes or 6 mistakes that people make when they jump on YouTube, one of them being just being impatient and not spending enough time on YouTube. So I'll leave that link to this video somewhere on the screen. Check it out after you watch this one. But the fact of the matter is YouTube is in its own game outside of Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all these other platforms in the sense of instant gratification. And what I mean by that is a lot of these other platforms, again, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, is when you post something on their platforms, they're gonna give you instant love, the likes, the comments, the views, right? Because they want you to think that you're getting something out of that thing, right? And continue to make you post on those platforms. On YouTube, on the other hand, is it just takes more time, right? Remember, YouTube is the second largest search engine right behind Google, and to be able to get put in front of the right people that are actively searching for those things, it just takes a little bit more time, right? YouTube has to go out, they have to find the right audience, make sure that your video fits all the parameters of what that person is looking for, and then send it to that person. So just with YouTube, it's setting the right expectations and understanding that it might take a couple of weeks, if not a couple of months, to actively start seeing success on YouTube. But after you start seeing success, you can ask anyone that's worked with us on a one-on-one basis, it doesn't stop, and you can't handle the business that's coming through YouTube. So with all the mindset stuff out of the way, let's jump into more of some tactical ways of going about things. Now, first things first that you'll want to do is do a little bit of SEO and market research around what people are searching for in your specific area. So I'm gonna leave some links down below to all the stuff that I'm gonna talk about, but you're gonna wanna download a Chrome extension called TubeBuddy, TubeBuddy. Jeff, you can throw something on screen to make sure people understand what I'm saying, as well as keywords everywhere. These 2 Chrome extensions are extremely important to make sure that you're creating videos that people are actually searching for, right? That's one of the biggest mistakes, back to that whole video I was talking about, is people don't focus enough on if this video or these things that they're making videos about are actually being searched. So here's a great example of why you need to do this research. So I'll give the example of Phoenix, right? Phoenix Metro as a whole, and I'm gonna butcher some of these names, but there's a lot of other cities outside of just Phoenix itself. So let's say you're focusing, like your main market is Gilbert or Peoria in the Phoenix Metro. You have to do the research on those 2 titles specifically in those 2 areas, because there could be a good chance that, yes, there's thousands of people searching a month of what it's like to live in Phoenix, but maybe only 10 a month that are looking to what it's like to live in Gilbert or Peoria, right? And the reason that you don't want to focus on those smaller markets, at least to start out with, is because you're not going to gain the traction that you would if you would just do it around Phoenix to begin with and then go into some of these other niche markets after you already have an audience built around those specific keywords. So I know I'm getting super technical here, but again, the biggest things is once you start to download those two tools and you start doing a little bit more research around who is searching for what in your specific market, you will thank me a million times over when you post your videos and you actually start seeing not instant gratification, but within the first couple of days, you'll start to get people to actually view the videos, like the videos, comment on the videos, and obviously eventually down the road, once it's there long enough, buyers and sellers from that video. All right, cool. So we have the right mindset. We've done a little bit of market research around what people are actually searching for in my market. Let's talk about equipment, because this is where a lot of people really overthink the crap out of this, to be honest. All you need is this thing right here, your phone. If you're in a controlled environment, you don't even need extra lighting or, extra audio or anything like that. You can literally just use this phone. Now, you want there to be at least, 1920 by 1080 with your mobile device. So again, if you're in, an office or a smaller area like I am right now, you don't need an external mic. Now, I will leave some information down below because I know some people are always like, well, I wanna make sure I have the best quality so that I can stand out in my marketplace. Really only 2 to 3 things that you'll need. Number one, well, really 2. Number one is audio, right? You have to have good audio. If you don't have good audio, you might as well just throw the video down the toilet because no one's gonna watch it, right? This is one of my biggest pet peeves, and a lot of pet peeves of people that are watching videos on YouTube. So if you invest in anything, again, I like these little clip-on mics right here. This is the Tascam, I believe it's DR10L, I believe it is. Again, we'll leave some links down below. You can also get some of those, those mics that you can put on top of your phone, right? It has a little fuzzy thing on the end. As long as when you're listening to the audio, I do a bunch of audio tests as well, is just make sure there's no wind, no too much scratching, too much background noise, and you should be good. And the second piece that I always recommend is some sort of lighting. Now, I'm using a ring light. Again, we'll leave information down in the description. If you, at the very least, stand in front of a window, make sure the light is on you and you can see yourself in the viewfinder. Those 2 things are really all I would recommend to get started with. Of course, if you wanted to invest, a couple $1,000 in a camera, you can. But what I usually find is that people will go out, they'll buy a bunch of equipment, and then just get really, really scared about not being able to use it, knowing the settings, knowing the aperture and the f-stop. Just kidding, that's the same thing. The ISO and just, the dimensions and all this crazy stuff. So again, keep it simple, stupid. Use your phone, maybe some external audio, and maybe a light if you need it. But other than that, just please don't overthink equipment. All right, so that's 3 down so far. We've talked about the mindset. We've talked about getting the foundation set up with your market research. We've talked a little bit about equipment. Now let's talk about what types of videos to make. Now I have a full-on other video where you can go a little bit more in depth of these 5 videos that I'm talking about, but these are safe to say are pretty much going to work in every single market. Right now, we're managing YouTube channels and have our own YouTube channels in about 3 to 4 dozen markets right now. So again, we use these on every single one. Here are the 5 videos that you need to create. Number 1 is your pros and cons of living in your city. Biggest thing, guys, is you need to be honest about what it's like to live there. Really be honest and go deep into the cons, because for whatever reason, and people love to hear the negative of things, is people want you to be honest, right? I think one of the, an objection that I always get when we're working with someone more one-on-one is like, well, I don't want to say anything bad about my city because it's all sunshine and rainbows. But all that does is showcase that you're not honest. There is at least something within your area that either grinds your gears or you don't really like that you would change. So focus in on those things. But of course, you want to talk about the pros, right? So that's number 1, pros and cons. Video number 2 you want to focus on is the cost of living. With this one, guys, don't overthink it. You don't have to get exact stats, exact statistics. Just obviously make sure at the beginning of the video you say something like, well, this is for educational purposes only. And obviously with a lot of things going on in the world, things are going to change. Great example is home prices, interest rates, gas prices, literally everything is changing within the world today. So the video is going to be dated, which is also a good thing because it allows you to make that same video, every quarter, right? Because things are going to be a little bit different, and it's one of the most and highly searched videos in pretty much every single market. So that's the second one, the pros and cons. The third one is where to live in insert city. So I know that sounds kind of broad. Take with it what you will. There is no right or wrong way to do it, whether you want to break it down for specifically, where to live for families or where to live for parents, or where, that doesn't make sense. Where to live if you're a dog parent, right? Just so many different things you can kind of spin around it. Of course, making sure that you have a disclaimer of, this is for educational purposes only, so that you're not in this position where people think you're steering or anything like that. Nothing that we've seen anyone really get in trouble for, but you just want to still cover yourself to make sure that you don't get hit with, those different compliance issues and things like that. Number 4 is top 5 neighborhoods. So again, just like the other ones, you can go on, Google, you can go on niche.com and look up public data so that when you are giving these things, it is backed up by something that's already on the internet. So it's not something that's coming out as a personal recommendation. Again, back to the whole steering thing. So, talking about the neighborhoods, and the cool part is you can then take each of those neighborhoods and then make them their own video, right? Doing a neighborhood tour and showcasing, the proximity to a local gym or the schools or the school district or whatever it is, right? Really going into more of those. So top 5 neighborhoods is number 4. And then number 5 is the X steps to moving to. So the more important one is the keyword of moving to, but you can do 5 steps, 7 steps, 10 steps to moving to, and literally just educating somebody. Let's say they're brand new to the market. They don't know anything about your city specifically. What are 5 to 7 to 10 things that you tell that person if and when they're looking to move to the area? Another great example, I mentioned Arizona earlier in this video, is a lot of times, let's say people that are moving from California or Virginia or New York, they don't understand how hot that it gets and how high your electric bills can be in the summertime. So definitely a massive thing that I would talk about, not only in the cost of living video, but also in the things that you need to know before you move. Or do you have like a lot of bugs that are in the area? Is there jet noise flying over your house consistently? Welcome to Virginia Beach. And again, really just being honest about what they need to know before they move to your specific area. So again, I'll leave a link somewhere above this video or down in the description to make sure that you can see a full-on video, a little bit more in-depth discussion about these 5 videos specifically. So honestly, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. Really a super beginner's guide. Again, before you even think about recording a video, mindset, tech, market research, and some of the videos to get you kickstarted when you're looking to get into and first jump into YouTube for your real estate business. So again, guys, my name is Aaron from the Revamped Real Estate team, as well as the Real Estate Marketing Guys. If you haven't already, make sure to click a like on this video. If you did enjoy, gets it out to so many more people and helps us out. Let us know that you actually enjoyed these videos. Also, click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the notification bell, all the things that the other YouTubers say to make sure you get notified every single time we upload a brand new video here on the channel. So with that being said, guys, Aaron from the Revamped Real Estate team. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.